Alright, hello, what is up? This video was sponsored by Dark Alchemy Zex, who has created the new and wonderful Germ Crate. Thank you, Dark Alchemy Zex. Thank you for the sponsorship of our new video for Secret of Mana, which I wanted to talk a little bit about because I'm not interested. It makes me really mad because like I'm they did the same thing for Secret of Mana. They call it a remake. They did the same thing for Final Fantasy III, which overall is not a bad thing, right? But I would personally rather play the original Super Nintendo graphics than this new mobile look that they've polished it to look like. I don't get it. And I was talking to a friend of mine, I can't remember who it was that answered to me. I had made a post about it saying, $40, really? $40 for this mobile game. Because that's what it looks like. And I understand that they've revamped it. I know that they put the work into it. It's just like, I would have preferred, I would prefer the original style. I'm not even kidding. Like, I would rather pay $40 for the Super Nintendo version than $40 for this PlayStation 4 version. And I don't need to because I could just go get the freaking ROM for free. And I don't want to do that. But if I want to play Secret of Mana, I would rather do that than spend $40 on this version of the game. Just from watching it, I've watched quite a bit of gameplay. I've watched around an hour altogether, watching different videos and stuff. So just for me, it's a major disappointment. And the same thing happened with Final Fantasy III, and I love those games. Like I love them. Those take me back. Like those were a couple of the big RPGs that I remember when I was into the RPG genre. I used to be hardcore to RPGs thanks to one of my friends, one of my was it junior high or high school? I forget. One of my friends from school though, who got me into them. I think it was junior high. And so I'm a huge fan of them. I remember back to them and I think about them all the time. And I remember when I first saw Final Fantasy III's mobile graphics update, and I'm just like, why? Why is Square so focused on this mobile graphic? And I think it's because they know mobile's a big thing. It's where a lot of users come from. A lot of casual gamers will start on mobile games. It's where they start. So it's a lot. There's a wider audience for it. People that never played video games before may pick this up. And I'm only guessing that's why they're so focused on this mobile graphics look, this style. Because I'm glad I'm not the only one. I was reading comics through the videos, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it, and I don't think it. I like preference-wise, I think it looks like crap, but I know that it looks nice. I guess if you like the mobile style, the art style, I've been impressed by mobile games that actually don't look like mobile games. That's when I'm impressed. When I see a mobile game that looks like it could have been a PC or console game, that's rare. But it's that comparison, right? Like there are really good-looking mobile games, and it's like, wow, you did that on mobile, holy crap! And then I see a game like this, and I'm like, great, you did that on mobile. It's freaking frustrating to me, especially as a fan of the original. Like, if this was a brand new game, I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even think about it. I'd be like, oh, there's a brand new RPG game that's on mobile that, whatever. That's cool. It looks neat, but I'm not interested. But they're calling it a remake of a freaking game that I loved. And I would rather play the Super Nintendo version of it. Just from art style, art direction, whatever. I don't like the mobile look. I don't think it's disgusting. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I don't understand why you would remake it and make it look not better, really, And so one of my buddies had responded to me when I first talked about it, why I wasn't willing to spend $40 on it, because I don't even think I'm willing to spend $20 on this version of Secret of Mana. Like, I'm just not into that. $10 maybe, yeah, probably $10. I would buy it for $10. I would buy it for $10, not 20, not 40, definitely not 40. Anyways, damn it, what did he say? He said, well, it's a remake of the game. They made it 3D and stuff, and I was like, no, they didn't. They added 3D cinematics to it, ish, not real cinematics, but they added some 3D elements to it. I get that they added 3D elements to it, but the rest of the game is just covered over. It's like, they plastered a layer over it to make it look newer. That's what it looks like, right? Because it's the same game. It still plays the same. It's still same levels, same world. They might have added some stuff here and there, right? So like the work went into it, right? I'm not saying they didn't put work into this game. I'm not saying that the developers and whoever didn't put a lot of time and energy into this. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, to me, it's not worth $40. You know, I look at that and I'm like, seriously, you want me to pay $40 for this mobile revamp of it? Even Final Fantasy 3, I think, was $15. It might have been $20, but I think even Final Fantasy 3 when it came out, but it might be more because of the cost. They have a revamped soundtrack. I don't remember if they did that for Final Fantasy 3. I don't remember for sure. I didn't really look much. As soon as I saw the graphics, I was like, I'd get it because I loved Final Fantasy 3, but it was the same thing then. Like, I would have preferred to play the Super Nintendo version. And it's weird because it is better. Like, the updated version of Final Fantasy 3, there were two versions of it, too, because of the mix. Because Final Fantasy 3 originally was actually part 6, and then they brought out, like, a Final Fantasy 3 mobile version, which was not the Final Fantasy 3 of the Super Nintendo version. You know, so there's, like, two different versions of Final Fantasy 3. Because it was whatever. That's a whole nother like thing. Anyways, so I don't know. Maybe with Secret of Mana they just added a lot more than they had with Final Fantasy 13, and then maybe that's why the cost is higher. That's probably what it is. You know, I didn't investigate this stuff. I'm just going by what I see, and I'm like, dude, why? Why Square? Why? What is it with you in this mobile look, man? And I'd seen another comment for somebody else who was talking about like, you know, when they revamped Shadow of Colossus, what else? There was a few games that recently that they were remastered. They actually improved on the graphics rather than just changed the art style. They clarified it. They made it look better. But and that's sort of what these mobile artists looks to it. But it just doesn't make sense to me why you would go with a mobile art style than actually to go from Nintendo to Super Nintendo, for example, right? Like, instead of completely changing the art style, why didn't you just enhance it? And I think because probably in their minds they were probably like, this is enhancing it. And I'm like, and to me I'm like, no, you like, I'm not even kidding. I would rather play the Super Nintendo version. And I know it's not as clear, right, crisp and clear as the new mobile version. That's what I'm calling it. I'm calling it the mobile version because it looks like a damn mobile game. And I don't hate mobile games, all right? I'm not like a mobile game hater. You could see the difference in graphics. This is what I'm talking about. And so I probably sound like a jerk. I'm not trying to, but I just preference-wise, I don't know why this is the second time. As far as I know, there's probably other times too where they chose to go the mobile art style instead of like an actual. I don't know. Like I said, though, I'm guessing that it's because they know that they get a lot of new users from mobile devices. You know, people on mobile, they might be browsing games to check stuff out, and then they see this pretty new game, and they're like, hey, this looks neat. So, you know, it's like they're not looking for gamers, already existing gamers, to come back and play this game. They're looking for new people that have never played video games or that are casually getting into video games, and they want to offer them this new experience. So from that point of view, I get it. You know, from a person that's coming back as a fan of the original Secret of Mana, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, why? To me, you ruined it. One thing I thought was interesting. Here's the last thing I'm gonna say about the game. One thing I did notice is you have the option to listen to the new soundtrack, or you can do the original soundtrack, which is just really cool. It's really cool. And then I was thinking, I was like, wait a second, you did that. Why didn't you give me the option to play the original graphics as well? You know, like, that would have been nice. That would have been really cool if you could load up the original graphics as well, especially for a PS4 game right there. This is for the PS4. And they just, like, put this mobile version of their game, this revamp mod. I'm not trying to offend people, because I know that the work and the time went into it. I know that, you know. I'm just not into that art style, man. But why not put the original graphics as well? Maybe it's really hard. It's possible. I don't know what goes into that. All right, so like, I don't know, but it would have been it just would have been a really nice option to be able to also play the original graphic style. And then I probably would have appreciated the newer style more, having as an option to switch between them. Would have been cool, kind of like Halo. You know, when you could hit the press of a button, man, you could switch instantly between both versions, and it's freaking awesome. It's like, wow. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you think, if you have any ideas or thoughts on this and stuff like that. You know, I remember doing the same kind of a thing for Nier Automata, which is one of my favorite games ever. And I was talking about the graphics. I was like, this looks like a PS3 game, and it does. I had people argue with me, oh well, you know, graphics. You know, of course, always. You know, and I will never say graphics are the biggest thing for a game, but they do matter. I hate when people say graphics don't matter. Yes, they do. Otherwise, we wouldn't have newer versions of graphics. It just wouldn't exist. We'd still be playing on Atari and whatever. We'd still be playing Pong if graphics didn't matter. You know what I mean? And then it also doesn't show appreciation for the actual artists who draw the stuff up. Like I'm doing now. I'm dissing the artist, and I'm not. It's just the style. I'm just like, So, you know, I'm not trying to diss the artists. I'm just saying style-wise, I don't understand why they do this. I don't, other than maybe they're just trying to get more mobile players and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's really weird to me, especially since the game is a PS4 game. So I'm just like, son of a, you know, like. Anyways, final words non-related to the actual content here, the game and stuff like that. The joke. I'm gonna. If I remember to, if it's out at the beginning, this video is sponsored by Dark Alchemy. I had the little germ crate box thing. I just thought it was really funny because he just shared that with me today on Discord, with us on Discord. And I have like 40 or more images saved in a folder. I have a folder that I finally got around to making because I kept having friends from time to time rarely sent me like a picture. Like it was kind of, I guess you could consider it fan art, right? They sent me a picture just joking around and stuff. So I didn't think of it right away. I didn't think like, oh, the fan art, you know. I just thought, oh, you know, it's cool, thanks, man, you know, because it was weird too. Like I don't consider anybody my fans. I consider them my friends when I get to know you and stuff. So fans is weird. Anyways, so I have at least 40. I'm guessing I have a ton. It might not be 40, but I have a lot of pictures shared with me by Dark Alchemy where he's made my face into something or whatever. I also have a few others from other people that sent me pictures as well. So what I was thinking about doing, maybe if I remember to do it, is every video to do a like a sponsored by a viewer and then pop up like a little image that they did or something like that. I don't know. Mostly because most of the ones I have are from Dark Alchemy, and I don't want to have every video sponsored by Dark Alchemy, but why not? You know, whatever. Might start putting some pictures of Gadget on here, sponsored by Wags and Gadgeters. I don't know. Just something fun to do, like to start a video or something. Anyways, I am at a new angle. I was testing this out. This is the first video I'm testing out with my new setup. And it's a little awkward. It is a little awkward. It's not major. I just have to fix a couple keybinds, and then it'll be easier for me to. It's awkward though. I gotta get used to this. So, anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and hopefully I will see you soon. I'm still getting set up, and I'm still tired, man. My body is actually sore. I have not had a sore body in many years. I woke up this morning from rearranging my room and stuff, and I was like, ow. And then I was like, oh man, I haven't felt like this. When was the last time I felt like this? I was a kid, you know. Anyways. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Love you.